Good morning, everybody. I'm Julie Johnson, and I'm the conference chairperson as well as the incoming chair of the Board of Colorado Preservation, Inc., and it's really, really so exciting to have this as the announcement of the economic study. I know that we all think historic preservation is pretty awesome, but we go back to our offices and to our towns, and we try to sell it to the municipalities and the city councils and the county commissioners. This will give us actual numbers and real tools that you can use. And I have props, so you know, on the back of your program, the very back page, there's more information about that study. And Matt talked a little bit about it, but I'm going to promote it a little bit more, because that's what I do. There are in your program those sessions that are highlighted in orange, kind of a reddish orange. Those have directly to do with the economic benefits. So that's very, very exciting, and we hope that you will find the information useful and your work going forward, and we hope that you visit at least one session on its findings while at the conference. And speaking of the conference, I'm going to go, Jennifer, I'm going to terrify Jennifer for a moment and go off script slightly and tell you a little bit family story here. I grew up, a lot of people know this, I grew up on a ranch in northeastern Colorado, and for a while, my brother and sister-in-law were raising their 3 daughters there for a while. So they were going to the same school I went to, and it was really cool. And they thought, well, yeah, the ranch life, the country life, it's so cool, we'll go out there, it'll be idyllic and a great place to raise kids, et cetera, which is all true, but it's also a lot of work. And so one weekend, my brother and sister-in-law dared to have the whole weekend off, and they were going to come to Denver, and they were going to have dinner and see some movies and relax, get away from the kids and, you know, the cows. Any ranchers in the room know what that's like. So as with lots of parents, a little bit of guilt got in the way, and so eventually, and it was my brother that broke. He actually had to call Rachel, my oldest niece. And she was 9 at the time, which is kind of hysterical now, and she's just like her dad, just cool as a cucumber. And she said, oh, yeah, Dad, everything's fine. We have almost all of the smoke out of the house. So the ranch is is east of the Pawnee Butte, so it's a 2-hour drive from Denver. So he thought, well, I can trust my 9-year-old daughter to take care of this, and you know, luckily Grandpa lived next door, so she had help. But so it turned out that my youngest niece had put ramen noodles in the microwave for 20 minutes with no water. Luckily, she didn't go to chef school. She's actually an engineer on her way to Microsoft in Seattle in the summertime, so I'm not sure what that says. But anyway, so my brother had the choice. He's like, well, you know, I can trust her and know that she's going to do it. And he realized that, you know, if he hadn't broken and he hadn't called her, he would never have known about the smoke, because indeed they did get all the smoke out of the house, and Grandpa came over and everything was fine. All the while the perpetrator was downstairs reading Harry Potter and knew nothing about it. But anyway, my brother took a leap of faith. He's like, you know what? The house is 2 hours away. What can I do? I'm going to trust him. And indeed, everything turned out just fine. And you're probably wondering why I'm telling you that story. Jennifer, when she just thanked everybody in the committee and everybody in the staff, you have no idea how awesome the staff has been putting this together. And I tell you this because I know for a fact there were fires. I know there was smoke. And I told Jennifer I wouldn't cry when I said this, but every time I called and said, what do you need? What can I do? What can I help you with? She's like, oh, you know, and Megan would be, oh, yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, well, you could do this. And, you know, I think we're under control. And I know there was smoke. And I just trusted them, and it's a beautiful thing, and I just wanted to thank them very much because they've all done a wonderful job. And now I want to talk a little bit more. Let's see, where's my... I have another prop here that I wanted to talk to you about because I don't know if you've noticed, in the last couple of years we've had a little bit of turn, a little bit of change in our speakers and who's coming to talk to you. And I will tell you why that's happening. It's these. And this is the reason that the committee is so important to us, the committee that puts this conference together. We get literally hundreds of these, and that's your responsibility. It's kind of like if you don't vote, you don't get to complain. Well, if you don't fill this out at the end of your session, we don't know what's important to you. And after all, this conference is for you. So please, at the end of the session, don't blow it off, fill it out. We actually do read these, believe it or not. And it's a big job, but we want to make sure that this is what you want and what you need in your career. So the first, I guess 2 years ago, we kind of looked at it and we're like, well, you know, there is this kind of discussion about the economic study and what's going on and how do we, you know, with this community has a lot going on. And so I don't know how many were here last year, but we kind of took a leap and we hired Kimber Lanning to be our keynote speaker. She was very much into local business and keeping your dollars local and how to build communities. She was not necessarily a historic preservationist, but what she said really worked with historic preservation. And this crowd, everybody was so excited about that. And so, of course, we saw that in these reviews. And of course, we got right on the phone and called her to come back this year. And she is giving a workshop tomorrow morning. So if anybody remembers Kimber, she's very dynamic, got a lot of great ideas. So please think about coming to her workshop tomorrow morning, because there'll be more details about, we had a lot of, this is what can happen. She's going to come talk to us about this is how other people did it. And so hopefully it'll be lots of good stuff that you can take home and use.